Oh, there we go. All right. Holy. Okay, that's a lot of feedback. Okay, well, let me know if audio cuts out at any point. Sometimes it's sketchy. All right, everybody. Hello. We'll chit chat a little before I get into too much. But here we are. We're just hanging out. It's kind of windy today, so I put on sorry, just a zipper. Put on a remote mic so we don't have to listen to the wind get into the microphone. So, everybody's here so far. We've got 23 off the bat. That's great. We've got Sue. Hello, Sue, and Cora. Hello, Missy. Hello, Sophie, and Amelia, and Alex, and Amy, Steph. All right, audio is good, she says. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought I would do a live stream, a little coffee. I got my coffee here. Hopefully you guys have some coffee or whatever you might be drinking. And we've got Aileen from France, and Karen, and Melissa, Gigi, Michelle, all sorts. You guys are all here. Patricia's here from the Netherlands. So we'll give everybody a few minutes to come in. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to stand here, being very, very quiet. Oh, that's pretty good. She came up and said hello to everybody in the live stream. There you are. You guys have got a better hello than I've ever got. That's incredible. I haven't really done anything with her yet. I did one quick session. That'll be online soon. You guys still might hear a bit of road noise, but I'm hoping it'll be kind of lower. Not nearly as loud as sometimes it is. We're up near, the road's just beyond the house there, so. Don't worry, Erin. She says she missed it. You can just rewind. Gosh, there's all kinds of people here. All right, so let's put the camera in the center here. See if we can just kind of get it flat. Let's see. Maybe I'll go here. So yeah, she's only had one little session with me. Oh man, she left. I was hoping I could just hang out next to her, but she does tend to avoid a little. So I'll wait till she comes back. But I've only had one decent session, and I got it all on video, so don't worry, you guys won't miss out on how that went. I didn't get to touch her, but there are some good responses out of her, so it was good. And I'm hoping to do a couple sessions today, including this live stream. And I'm not paying attention to the comments just yet, so bear with me while I just sort of hopefully have her be a bit more comfortable hanging around. It's getting there. It's a little better. It's better than the last time I wandered in there. Okay, so we've got a bunch. Might just give it another minute, and then let's chitty chat, and I'll try to answer some questions, some common questions that I've seen so far, and then I'll try to do my best to go through the questions that come in. It's hard, gotta say. It's been rainy. We've got a rainy day. It's supposed to get pretty windy, but so far it's held off of too much wind, but wet day. We're just having a staring contest at the moment. I'm just kind of hanging out. I want to give her a lot of acclamation to just hanging around and chit-chatting and talking, because I talk a lot. I talk a lot to my horses. I'm going to talk a lot to her. And I really want her to get used to that, to where it just becomes normal. Okay, well, we're about 5 minutes in now, so I think we could probably get to talking a little bit about her. Now, I suspect that the majority of you have watched the original video that I put up this morning, and that a little bit of her history is in your minds, but I'll cover it just in case. So the original, I really only heard about her, well, I sort of heard about her a few weeks ago. Hello, little one. Do you like coffee? Would you like to drink some? Did I get that? Did that get in there? Did we get that? We got that, didn't we? We have that, right? Please tell me we got that. Somebody comment and tell me we got that. All right. Okay, I'm going back to my original spot. That worked out well. She touched my coffee cup and finger and then left. So it's pretty cool. That's a good first. You know, that's the cool thing about live streams, is that, you know, there's no cuts, there's no faking it, there's no changing the frame or doing something. You know, this just is what it is. Straight out, you're watching this live. This is really happening wherever you are on the planet. Okay, so I originally heard about her a few weeks back when this lady named Canby, who runs a place called Born Free Equine, you can check it out on Facebook. In fact, I encourage you to check it out on Facebook. Become a group member and encourage her to continue to do what she's doing, because she's doing a lot. And I really can't wait to actually sit down and talk with her more, because just a little tiny bit of information I got out of her was incredible. She's rescued and unlike, there's another, I don't know. I'm going to leave it out for now, but the bottom line is that she's legit. And the reason I know that is because she gets them and then she gets them back out. She gets them out to people. And that to me is the sign of a legitimate rescue. One that doesn't just keep them and take people's money, but actually brings them in, gives back to that horse, gives back to the community that does those, and then gets those horses back out there to people who are going to continue the path that horse is going to be on, hopefully a very good path. So I'm really encouraged to be able to, I wouldn't say partner up, because we're not partnered up, but we have a good all-around general agreement that, you know, we can, each of our efforts, because she has many people around, I'm not like the person or anything, but our efforts combined can make a difference, and that's what we're going to try to do. So a few weeks ago, she came up with another 4 or 5, I think, from the same area, to go to be adopted, and she's the only one that didn't get taken. And it becomes long enough number 2 becomes long enough. We'll wait for her to come back. She's not doing anything, she's just scratching actually the top of her head with her foot. It always amazes me that horses do that. Anyhow, so a few weeks ago that happened, and nobody took her. And finally, Camby just had to say, you know, I can't, because she relies on people to actually adopt them out, for her to adopt them out and then be adopted. And so she's kind of a holding area that is happy to be sort of that middle ground between those that are rounding them up and those that are willing to take them on. And she came to a spot where she kind of said, you know, they're not going to let me just hold her for any longer. We've got to do something. And I just thought, well, this is it. Maybe we'll make this happen. So here she is. I guess the rest is history, isn't it? What more is there to say? We drove over there. Actually, we met halfway, luckily, because she's about 6 hours away. So it's a bit of a drive, straight east almost. Instead, we went northeast up to a city called Merritt, which we essentially met in a large parking lot with nobody around, and then just went trailer to trailer and And if you saw the video, then you'd see she just very, very, very easily just walked between trailers. And I asked Camby about that. And she says, I got really good at that because of sort of the politics or the limitations or just the conditions that sort of demand the ability to go from trailer to trailer. And she says, I just kept doing it until now it's nothing. It's almost the norm. And I was really impressed. I thought, that's a great idea. Let's do that from now on. I'm just going to make sure that this is still running and we don't have any audio issues. No, we're good. All right. I'll get to comments in a little bit, so please just be patient while I just tell a quick story. And so when that all went well, it was quite encouraging because it sort of gives you an idea of the demeanor, the attitude of the horse, in that they're level-headed. And a lot of these BC Wildies, a lot of people comment on them, how smart they are, how level-headed they are. And I've always been kind of curious as to, well, what age do they get that? Do they have that from the get-go, or does that sort of come with a little bit of time? And it turns out that they just sort of have that. And she was commenting on that as well. Camby was sort of, she has a lot more experience than me. I'm kind of new to this. I'm happy to admit that I'm new to working with Wildies here. This is going into year number 2. And she says the same thing. She says, I just can't believe how smart and level-headed and they're not, I don't know, sort of wrecked by the roundup process. I guess the roundup process isn't so bad. And I don't know how that goes. I don't know if I can ever get footage of that or get some information on that. I'm going to try and see what happens. But obviously it's not nearly as bad as some of the stuff we've seen down in the States, where a lot of stuff really happens. It's unfortunate. So anyways, moving on. So she is, as we know it, she's 11 months. I mean, we're guessing 11 months because most horses are born in May, and it's April. So that's 11 months. So just under a year old. And what can we say about her? She is willing to trust. Hello. Good girl. As long as she doesn't knock over the camera, we're in good shape. So she's just going around. So she just sort of made her way off to the side. On that move. I'll move this time. You guys can see she's just right here. She's right there. She hasn't really gone anywhere. So we've got a little ways to go with her. What has to be done? What do we have to do with this little thing from this point? And what gets done with them? What do we have to do? So first thing is I need to be able to halter her. So I need to be able to touch her. I need to be able to get near her without her wandering off. I need to be able to get a rope on her. I need to get a halter on her. And then from that point, it's imperative that I get the vet out. I must get the vet out. And the vet is to come out to, as we talked about with Mr. Wild, it's absolutely vital that we get some tests done. The first test that needs to be done is a Coggins test, which is very, very, very likely for like a 1% chance of, if not less, of a horse having Coggins, which is a pretty fatal. From what I understand, it's fatal. It's a fatal. Is it a virus or? I can't remember now exactly what Coggins is, but the Coggins test is a test for something anemic something. Somebody look it up, would you please? Just put it in the comments for me. I'm terrible. I should have been prepped a little bit better. But anyway, so once the Coggins test comes back, and the Coggins test is really, really, really normal. As you can see, I'm moving the water bucket up more and more. It's viral. Missy says it's viral, so I'm finally behind the phone now. Yes, it's a virus. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. And once one horse has it, then other horses can get it, and they get it through mosquito bites primarily, from my understanding. And so we must get that done, and just to cross it off the list. Cross that off the list. And then from there, oh, here she comes. From there, She needs to be dewormed. I believe she'll need some shots. And we'll finally be able to check her for lice. So we want to make sure that she's not got a lot of bugs on her. So until all of that happens, she will not. That's right, equine infectious anemia. Thank you very much, everybody who has put that in, and I happen to catch it. It only shows me 3 comments at a time on my screen, so bear with me if I don't see everything. So if anybody else put that up, thank you. But I read Missy's. So anyways, once all that is done, she's clear. Health check is clear. She doesn't have to be gelded. She's not Mr. Wild, who's gelding now, but he was a stallion where I couldn't put him out with any of the girls. I could put him out with the boys, but we got him gelded pretty quick because he was 4. So it's long past time to be gelded in the horse world here. I'm just going to hang out here. I'm hoping she'll come approach me again, to be honest. I'll just sit here and drink my coffee. She says, I like the smell of your coffee. That's because it's a mocha. Hello, little one. Hello. It's insane. I can't even describe how incredible that is. I know it may look normal, like, oh, all horses do that. No, they don't. Nope. No, they do not. This one definitely does not. I haven't been close to her at all. And so that's a good first. And you guys get to be part of it. But luck. So I expect, I mean, based on what she's doing now, I think that I could get pretty close to her pretty soon. But I'm hoping for a couple days to where I could get a rope on her neck at least. The methods that I'm going to use are nothing that I've ever watched in my past, and I've stopped watching training videos for a long time now. But anything that I've ever seen on how to get a horse to hang out with you is not what I'll be doing. I'll be working on something different, but maybe I just watch all the wrong videos. So my methods, for whatever it's worth, you guys, anybody who's not new here already know, but I'm going to be working on just trying to be her very bestest friend ever. And in turn, the rest of it should just sort of make sense to her. And she won't feel fear throughout the process. So that is the goal. The goal is to not have her feel fear. The goal is, if you've seen the video that I made where we don't move horses' feet if we don't have to. We want to actually have them be still. That is going to be the bread and butter of this or transition from feral to domesticated, and I'll be able to have a halter on and not freak out and not lose it. It's going to be to the extreme degree to just be the best friend forever. So once I can convince her of that, I think everything's just going to go like butter. Even when I talk to Camby, she's sort of the same idea. Once these little ones get the idea that everything's really cool, they just float along real nice. So I'm quite happy about that. So it'll be a good experience. It'll be a good learning experience for all of us to see what these are about. And hopefully, just trying to zoom in a bit. Zooming in on the phone sucks. Sorry. Just bear with me. Just leave it at that. And she'd said, the little ones, obviously they're going to be afraid at the start, but once you kind of get on with that and they have a bit of that epiphany that happens, then you're gold. So, okay, I think that kind of is a bit of her history there and what we're going to get up to. Common questions. Let me see. I might have to work my way up the list here because I think the comments have been flying by. First question I think that I will answer is from Steffi. She says, is she yours or will you sell her once she is trained? Well, she is mine. I had bought her. I purchased her. Actually, that's a good topic. Purchasing, at least at the current prices and prices in the past that Camby has had. is $400 Canadian. So she adopts them out at 400 Canadian. And some of that goes to the group that rounds them up and sells them off. Which actually brings me to another question of, well, why did... Look at Maya. What's up? What are you guys doing? Why do they round them up? They round them up no different than they do in the States, in that they're unwanted. They take up land, and BC, British Columbia, this province that I live in Canada, doesn't protect them, and they don't want to take care of them. So they're not under sort of act or law or anything that allows them to be protected or cared for by the country or province. So it's up to us. So when they get sort of chucked off of the areas that they're at, then somebody has to step up to the plate and take them in. And for her, I mean, if you can get them straight from the place, it's probably a little cheaper, but Canby does all that sort of business, and then it's 400. So she's 400 plus shipping to get her here. And I've incurred the cost of that and have a receipt and all that kind of business. So that makes her mine, legally mine. What will happen with her? It's really hard to say. My goal obviously is to be able to rescue more. I want to be able to bring in more, but I've only got so much space. I already get a hard enough time from everybody about not having enough space here. And I'm working on it, but you know, you only got 5 acres to work with. You've only got 5 acres to work with. And without being able to purchase a different property, because it costs $1 billion here in Canada to do such a thing, well, this is what we get, which is not bad at all. So my goal is, I mean, ideally, is to get her educated, because a lot of people don't want to take them in. They have an oddly, not a bad rep, but they get a bad rap, is probably the best way to put it, where people don't want to get a wildie because they're just too hard to train. This makes no sense to me. Maybe too hard to train with classical methods that are not so good. She skipped me over this time. But you know, I don't think so. And that's one of the reasons why I want to put out these videos, is to get more awareness, to have more understanding about them. So yes, she's mine for now. Will she stay mine all the time? I don't know. And I would say I doubt it. It would be nice for her to go to a new home that will continue on with her, and I open up a space in time, no rush on that, to continue to bring more in. But without the space available, I can't rescue anymore. Even if I have the financial means to do so. I just won't have the space. It'd be irresponsible of me to do that. So, got to get to work. So hopefully that answers that question. It's kind of a big one. Oh my goodness, so many comments. Okay, let's see. What's my favorite breed of horse? I don't have one. Thanks, Benji, for the question. Is she branded? No, actually, we don't brand our horses here. It's very unusual. Actually, Mr. Wild does have a brand on him, and I don't know why, but we don't brand them. We don't have a centralized government location where they go into and somebody comes along and freeze burns something onto their neck or their butt or something like that. We just don't have that. If they do get branded, they get branded because somebody did happen to own them on their land, and they decided to brand them in case there's any horse rustling going on or whatever. But other than that, they're not branded. We don't have numbers. We don't have anything, tattoos or none of that business. So it doesn't do that. They don't do that here. But it would be, I would think that it would be a thing that they would do if they were protected and were classified as, because they're not classified as indigenous to the land of some sorts here in BC, and nobody really knows why. I'm trying to figure that out. Dirt cheap for a horse. Sure. Free like a puppy. Skylar says, why would people do this to beautiful horses? Because cattle make more money. Ashninantic says, does Maya take to her like she would her own foal? No. If she had the opportunity, she would run her off. That's actually a video that's coming up tomorrow of why I think she does that. So, will I try the tiny rake for scratches? Says Sidalicious. Absolutely, of course. course. Let's see. We've got so many people here. I'm trying to just go find a question. Actually, I usually tell people, like, if you want to put in a question, can you put in a few stars, like asterisks or something like that, before it, and it'll allow me to catch it really fast. Otherwise, I got to read the whole comment. It just makes things quicker. Credala? I'm not sure. Sorry. Would you say a young horse is more likely to get used to you quicker than an old one? I'm thinking maybe because they're looking for more guidance. I don't know what young or old are looking for. I know they're all looking for safety for sure. Whether they want more guidance or something, I wouldn't be able to say. So would they be easier when they're younger or older? Well, we're going to find out. So far, I have done reasonably well with the last two that came in. Mr. Wild was fantastic, and I don't think he had any real handling. We don't know anything about him, so we don't know. Little Miss had some done with her, but some of it was bad. Some of it was no good, and some of it was good. And that's just the way it is. Okay. What'd you name her? This is a big question that comes in all the time. I don't think we've settled on anything too solid, but Haley has asked for her name to be Annie. And Annie was a cute name. Interesting. There's not any big story to this, but she really likes Anne Hathaway, and whenever she talks about her, I always kind of use her name as Annie. And so she's like, "Well, what about Annie?" I was like, "Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. We could have a think about that." I think for her name is always going to be Annie, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I haven't thought about it too much. Yeah. Lynn says Mischief would be a good name. Yeah, maybe. Mocha. That's not bad. Probably because I'm drinking mocha, right? It's probably when you said that. From Anne. Let's see. No, Steffi says she doesn't seem to be bothering you just being there. No, not overly bothering me coming, kind of being around. But it doesn't take much for her to leave. Oh. Make me a don't you? This is the closest I've ever been. Sort of. Just thinking about it. I don't know, people. Let's see how close we can get. And the dog barked. The neighbor's dog is quite sensitive to new things and stuff. That was pretty good. Okay. How old is she? 11 months. Okay, let's keep going. She's like an overgrown puppy. Yeah, Sue also put it in there as an equine infectious anemia. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's pretty rare. It's much more common, much further north kind of thing. It's swamp fever is another name for it. Thank you, Jules. Yes. Lynn did a year membership. Thank you very much, Lynn. I think I actually responded. That's over on Patreon. Yeah, that's really appreciated. The one thing I like about memberships, Patreon and YouTube, is that I'm able to give back. I'm able to, if you join up on the YouTube stuff, then you can just go into the community tab, and there's a pile of other stuff in there that isn't in the normal public feed. There's a bunch of other stuff in there, so that's really good. I want to be able to give back. I want to be able to provide, I'm sure many of you know magazines, subscription services, National Geographic or Reader's Digest or something like that. It's a subscription service where you get more stuff. So that's how that works. She's ugly but cute at the same time. That's actually something that Candy said to me. She says, generally the breeders don't take pictures of their horses between 1 and 2 because they're so gangly and weird looking. It's like, I don't know. Amy's here from Sweden, says, love your videos. Thanks. Sue says, I wonder if their demeanor has something to do with the fact they're naturally weaned. People have not inserted themselves too early or tried to make mom's place. Bad habits to unlearn. It's a good question. I still think that 11 months is probably early. I don't think that 11 months is like, I think, yeah, it's hard to say, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I do think that humans get involved too early, though. So, yeah. Oh, Lynn gave a few euro. Thank you very much, Lynn. 249. I don't know what that is in Canadian, but thanks a lot. That's awesome. Martine's here. Hello, Martine. Thought you'd be sleeping. Isn't it time for sleeping? Oh, Michelle sent over 20 bucks. Thanks, Michelle. That's fantastic. Goes straight towards her veterinary care when it comes to happen, because we got to get them out, and everything costs money, as you know. All right, what else we got? I'm going all the way back up, so I'm going to go all the way back down in a second, because I think I made it to the beginning finally. I skipped through a whole pile of comments that are just really nice, but thank you everybody for commenting really nice things. So I'll go all the way back down to the bottom. Cinnamon is a any word on her mother? No, we don't know anything about these horses. Once they're captured, and that's that. They usually do come in as these babies that have been sort of weaned off some way, somehow. And this is what we get. So we don't know anything about her history. Just kind of the area. That's about it. Yeah. So. Joanne says hi from Nova Scotia. Hello. Annie is too human, not a horse name. Oh, wow. Goodness gracious. Was she okay to lead into the paddock? I wasn't here for the beginning. Well, we didn't lead her into the paddock. I just essentially, the trailer there, I drove it in to there. And so you see that on the other video, and just kind of opened the doors and let her out. She calmly wandered out. Haley says she loves the name Annie. All right. I shall let her know. Okay, what have I missed here? I've got to have missed something. We got some Missy's welcoming people to memberships. What do we got? Skylar. Skylar's coming to Carrots. Thanks, Skylar. Carrots for everybody. Anne of Green Gables. That's right. Yes. I shall show you the trailer, actually. It's kind of an interesting story as well. I'll give you guys just a quick view. Yes, I'm on the back of the trailer with Luke. Now, I got this idea from somebody. I didn't come up with it myself. And essentially, it is to help people understand that this is a horse trailer, and they are not to tailgate. So it looks like I'm standing there with Luke. The perspective and the size is all quite accurate. The angle and everything. When you're in a car, it kind of, I mean, many people have been, they show up if my trailer is sort of facing that way, and they show up and they're like, weren't you in the trailer? How'd you get over there? You know, kind of thing. So it is quite realistic. And the idea is that it will, as I said, create more road safety. Because when people tailgate or cut off a horse trailer, it is dangerous. It is not good. We don't want that. Okay, we're going to come back to our original position. I think I've actually burned through most of the comments or questions. Maybe not the comments, but the questions for sure. So, yeah, so that's me on the back of the horse trailer with Luke. It took me forever to get that shot too, because I had to have Luke look right, and I had to look right, and I had a timer on the. Anyways, Margarita says, Margareta maybe, has she issues with her hooves? Not as far as I can tell. She actually looks pretty good hoof-wise, and I actually would say that I have yet to see a single wildie that has shown up or that I've had to deal with that has had hoof issues, and that's really nice. Hoofcat says she looks like an Annie. Amanda's here. Hello, Amanda. Wish I could say hello to everybody. KK's here. Hello, KK. Ashnantics. Ashnantics. Dan, hello, Dan. Mocha and Yoka. Ah, that's cute, eh? Yeah. Life with Henry, the Maltese. Question, is it common? This is great. See, somebody puts a question or a bunch of stars or something like that. Makes it obvious to me. Is it common to get young horses on the range? Yes. It is probably the most common. They get rounded up when they get close to a year, maybe a little less, 9, 10, 11 months sort of idea. And then off they go. Audrey says she likes Annie. Hello, Audrey. Cora, that's not a bad name too. Yeah. B. Yeah. Girl Lamb says she's got a sore baby coming 4. She like that. All right. She's a mini macaroni. Hey, what'd you do? She got freaked out by something. There's nothing going on. She's a mini macaroni. How about Penny? Actually, Haley wanted to call her Spaghetti because Mr. Wild's nickname for her is Meatball. So there you go. Annie Ben Annie. Little orphan Annie. Mocha for the name. Mocha's not bad. It's kind of cute. She's a little dark. She might be a nice Mocha. Speaking of Mocha. Afe Conway. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. A-O-I-F-E. Conway. Her tail is sort of thin. Is that just due to her young age or maybe health issues? It is totally due to her young age. Otherwise, she's fine. That is a baby tail. Just a little baby tail. That's how you know horses are young. They have tiny little tails. Maple, butterscotch, Goldie. What is your horse's snack that they eat? Says Skylar. Hey, carrots, apples, some grass once in a while. Luke will be her first horse she will see. I'm not sure. Maybe. I'm actually a little worried in the arena. Yeah, Anna says, why are these wild horses captured? Aren't they happier in the wild? I don't know. Are they happier in the wild? I don't know that. What I do know is that the wild horses are captured because they're in the way. Cows make more money and they need the range to feed the cows because they can use what's called crown land, which is Canadian public land. It's called crown land. And they use the crown land to graze their cows. But if the horses come in and graze it all, or so they say, then it's too much and they got to round them up and get rid of them and stuff like that. So, yes. Missy says, does she have a name? I think I answered that. Do you live near Daryl and Barb? The Hawes people. Ah, yes, Daryl and Barb. I was like, oh my God. This common Canadian question. Do you know Sarah? Have you ever seen that comedian? There's another guy that did a song for Bud Light or something like that. And in there was, no, I don't know Sarah, whatever it was. Anyways, do you know Daryl and Barb? I do know Daryl and Barb. I actually talked to Daryl not too long ago. He was having trouble with some video issues and I responded and then we went back and forth on some stuff. So I am aware and I do pay attention to Haws, which is the horses, what is it? The Alberta Wild, what's the H stand for? I can't remember now. Darn it. Anyways, the Alberta Wildies. So we got BC Wildies and Alberta Wildies. And so Haws is very dedicated to the Wildies in Alberta. And they actually are protected from what I understand. BC ones are not. So we're trying to get that. Oh, there we go. Amanda says, not sure you've covered this. What was she reading first? I don't know yet. I'm not sure. Sounds like you're close to a highway. I am close to a busy road. It's not always busy. When will she meet the other horses, says Carrie. I did answer that earlier, but I'll answer it again. And it's going to be a few weeks for sure. I got to be able to capture her, halter her, get the vet in, shots, tests, de-lice or de-louse. We don't know if she has lice, de-louse, and worm. So all of that has to be done before she gets to go near any other horses. All right. But usually, yes. So everybody's kind of saying Luke meets everybody first. It is true. Luke is a fantastic horse. for her. In fact, once she is okay with being with other horses, another horse will be up here with her. So there'll be 2 horses up here. I don't know who yet, though. I don't live near the Hawes people. They live in Alberta, which is the next province over. And I'm on the far west coast. So I'm on the other side of BC. And the next province over is Alberta, to the east. So no, we don't live near each other. But we have the same cause. Veronica's here. She says she's in Ireland. Sends loves. Thanks for saving the beauties. Moving on. I think I got all those. I feel like I've missed some people who have given any money, though, because I see a different total than what is being shown in the chat. Am I missing some stuff? Carol gave some. Thank you, Carol. Did I say thank you? I think I did. Carol became a video lessons member. Thanks a lot, Carol. Man, I totally missed that. Thank you very much. That is a big deal. And of course, a donation. Again, the money anything that comes into here is going to go straight to her vet bill. And that's just awesome. That really helps out a lot. And as I've said before, or as I've tried to say before in the video before, the one earlier today, that it's because of all this stuff that we're able to do these kinds of things. So we're kind of doing it all together. And that's why I want to bring everybody along together. I want you to be part of this and be able to sort of explain how I think things should go and why I feel like I'm effective. The mistakes I might make along the way, the methods that I think, oh, she's just getting all sleepy now. And this is one of the things actually as well that I want to be able to do, is just being able to hang around with her and chitty chat and talk incessantly, that it would bring her some comfort. She would feel a little bit, happier and able to sort of doze off a little like that. And if she's doing that, then we've met our goal. Yep. So, holy cow, we've got all kinds of people here. Allegra and Rodney and Jules and everybody, hello. Okay, I think I've made it back to the top again. I'm just going to try to, I know I've missed some people who have given something. And I apologize for that. I'm trying to get through the comments that are burning through here. I will look over it again later, and I'll probably make a dedicated video and just call you guys out. You're getting into the credits for sure. How's everybody like the credits in the videos now? You guys liking those? I wanted to put them in because I want to recognize people that are really helping out around here. I think I said Skylar's in carrots, right? Thanks, Skylar. Joanne's here from Nova Scotia, another Canadian location. If anybody's wondering where Nova Scotia is, it's on the east side of Canada. We're on the west. Do you have a favorite horse color? I do not, but I do like the multicolor, like Lena, like a paint. I'm quite keen on those. I really like Little Mrs. Colors as well. I do like a black horse for sure. Of course, I'm surrounded with brown horses. But if you look at this little one, she's got some really neat colors to her. I don't know if we'll be able to tell. I'll try to get some better shots in the future. I don't know how close we'll be able to get. But she's got some gray, some light brown, some like her legs are definitely really interesting colors in her. Her mane has got some gray and almost a white or a light, very light, blondish gray brown. Hard to explain. I don't even know what color that is. What color is that? I'm definitely not an expert on horse colors. Oh, that's nice. I wonder if she'll come over. No. Well, at least we're pretty close. Marianne says, my horse was originally named Annie. Nothing wrong with that name. I agree. Thanks, Marianne. Oh no, Steffi says my friend got 2 6-month-old Arabians because they weren't good looking enough from a show breeder. Oh yeah. Lynn says, how tall will she be? Gosh, I don't know. I have no idea. Say 15 hands. I hope we find out. Name her Jules. She's a diamond in the rough, says Jules. It's a good. Are wildlife officials trying to reduce the number of wildies in the wild? like a tongue twister. Everybody say that 10 times real fast. Yes, yes they are. Oh, Met Macy says Misty. Misty's a nice name, eh? Kind of nice. Ken Nielsen's here says, on a serious note, I was a CPS worker in the 80s. Horses are wonderful therapy for troubled teens. 100% Ken, thank you for saying that. I couldn't agree more. Not only are they good for troubled teens, they're good for everybody. I mean, I can't even count how many times I've had this conversation about being around horses. See, look at this cool flexibility they got. This is why we don't keep halters on, everybody. No halters on horses. They get their leg caught. That's that. Very, very good for therapy. Horses are amazing for therapy. Yeah. Silver Scribs 04. Any tips for beginner horse rider? I'm only just starting out. Want to know how to best help a horse become my partner. Be their best friend. Horse riding physiologically is just balance. Just stay on. Techniques and methods to get them to steer, stop, go, things like that are varied. I've done riding videos. I've explained my riding style, and not everybody does it, and I'm cool with that. And it's kind of a mixture between some Western and some, I don't know what, my own thing, maybe. I don't tend to ride English style whatsoever. I'm not a fan of English style myself. I don't care if people do, so I'm not touting something. My best advice I could give anybody who wants to be around horses, whether it's riding or not, is absolutely 100% be their very best friend. Convince them that they should just always want you around, because when you're riding, you don't want to get bucked off, and you don't want them frustrated with you, and you want them to kind of listen. And the only way to get that to happen, I feel, is by continuously telling them that you're a really good friend. So there you go. Rhonda says she looks like Hope. Yeah, that's not bad. Puffcat says, wow, they seem to have a different head shape than I'm used to seeing. Yeah, they do have a bit of a kind of a blocky sort of, I don't know if it's odd. I like it. Definitely different than others, for sure. Amelia says, that's quite an ingenious idea. Probably about the trailer. Yep, teach tailgaters to back off. Her back end is higher than the front. Yeah, generally there. Carrie says, when will she meet the other horses? She yells it at me. Stand out with all caps. Like I said, minimum 3 weeks. Yeah. Annie is in, wife of John Denver. Oh, I didn't know John Denver's wife was Annie. See, if we back up a little, she might think that she could come over. I'll just come out over here. It's just sort of staying in the corner of the shelter. Okay, I'm still burning through, but I have definitely missed some donations that are coming in. Whoever is donating, I'm sorry I don't see it. I promise I'll look at it after. Thank you. I can't. Maybe I just haven't made it there yet. Natural weaning can be up to 9 months, according to what I read on Wild Horses. Really? I thought it was later. But hey, I love learning. MBR says, good night, Eden. Good night. Is it a Latin name for pretty flowers? Primula? Well, there we go. Now I've got to it. Gwen Lillian London. Mon ami for a name, my friend. That's lovely. Thank you very much for 20 euros. It's fantastic. And Jodelle Fields. Help out with a vet. That does. It really does. I don't know what the vet's going to cost, but they're always expensive. But that's awesome. Thank you very much. I'm finally making it down a little bit to understand what we're getting here. Pajushka says hi. Hello. Mare 6684. Wild horses usually have good hooves. Not all, but yes. The ones that I've seen, the thing that we can think about is that the wild horses, the feral horses, they're breeding based off of, good genes. The weak don't make it. Whereas the ones that are bred by people are usually bred for some kind of conformation or some kind of look or some kind of winnings that they've made. So we get these horses that are bred for less about survival, less about being stronger, and more about making money for people. So at least that's my belief, and whatever. Take that for whatever it's worth. But the ones that are wild or feral, they're breeding because those are the stronger ones. Those are the better ones. Those are the superior ones. Natural selection happens. So they tend to have better everything. Amanda says, Amanda's here. I'm going to work through this. Now, I think I've caught up. If I've missed anybody, say hello again. I'm happy to say hello. There's been a lot in here, so bear with me. Amanda says, when it comes to working with younger horses, what are some of the best exercises to start with? I don't know about best exercises, so I'm going to explain a concept rather than a method. And it's going to sound famous. I'm going to answer a question real quickly. Lisa says, will you be giving her a toy to play with? No, I won't be giving her any toys. Okay, so Amanda says, what are the methods, or what's the best exercise to work with a horse? I consider the best exercise to work with young horses is to just continue to convince them that being around me is a really cool thing. To be around me is peaceful. To be around me is comforting. To be around me is reassuring. To be around me is going to be just a great place to be. Because from that, then I can use that draw for all kinds of things. I remember having I don't know if it's a conversation, because it was really just a couple of comments on a group for buck Brenneman. And there's this lady there that says, I'm having a hard time getting my horse to come along when I pull with the lead rope. And somebody's like, well, you got to move the feet. No, you just got to swing the rope. Oh, you got to just do this. And my answer was, why don't you just pet it? Why don't you reassure it that going with you is a really good thing? And the lead lady from there is like, that's stupid. You can't pet a horse into going forward. And I said, yes, you can. And I ended it there. I didn't bother going any further because arguing on the internet is stupid. Anybody, if you argue on the internet, it's rarely going to go anywhere, and you just waste your time. So my idea is if I'm having trouble, if I'm leading a horse, it means that I don't have any draw. If they don't come, I don't have any draw, because I shouldn't even lead the rope. The rope is just a direction or a guide. Like, come with me. I'm tied to you. You're tied to me. Let's get going. And if they say to you, I don't want to go with you, and they pull back or they want to go a different direction or anything, then that tells me that I don't have enough draw to convince them to go where I want to go. So the idea is, maybe her breath is very warm. My hands are a little chilly. That felt nice. She didn't touch me, but she had a good sniff. And so my idea is, if I were to teach anything, if I were to kind of guide in any way, if somebody says, well, what would you do? My idea is just to continue to make sure that they know that they are in good hands. They're in a good place. It is a safe place to be. It's not too much trouble. So, I would call this the third session with her. I would say that you guys are live on the third session with her. Just being around her for an hour, doing nothing, being quite passive, letting her approach, letting her be closer is fantastic. This is great. Ooh, that's a noisy car. Noisy. Athena's here from Washington State. Incalescent, mon ami then, my friend. Aquilon is French for north wind. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. My French is terrible. I do speak Japanese fluently, though. Mon petit, Mr. Padur says. Trixie. Amanda says, what's your opinion on salt licks? I think they're great. We have one right there on the ground. Salt licks are fine. Horses sometimes lick them. Most of the time they leave them alone. Let's see. Lori says, will she remain a pasture pet of sorts, or will you train her to ride? Oh, I don't know if I'll have her long enough to train her to ride, but we'll see. I don't ride horses under probably 4. And even if I were to ride anything around 4 to 5 or so, it is very little. What I will train her to do is handle riding, what I call riding from the ground. And it's starting to rain a little bit more again. Rain's picking up again, so she'll probably want to come in. And riding from the ground is a fantastic groundwork exercise. I think I've demonstrated it. I believe I've put a video up, but I'll put some more out, because we're working a lot with Little Miss on riding right now, and a lot of my work is on the ground. and then we ride a little, and then I get off because, she's little and I'm big, and she's young. Spaghetti. Nursty. That's funny, because they're going to call her spaghetti because of meatball. Spaghetti. That's just the best. That's funny. I'm not going to call her that, but I think it's funny. Abby, says Mary. Little Mary. She has a good head on her shoulders. I think so. Honey, because she's so sweet. She is a sweetie. She is a super sweetie. And this is what I don't want to take out of her. I don't want to be... I found sort of the classical training techniques of moving horses' feet around a round pen, chasing them around, all that kind of stuff. I think it takes a little bit of that out of them, and I don't want that to happen. I'm desperate not to take that out of horses when I meet them. In fact, I want to be as effective as another horse is. And so far, I'm not even close to that, which feels like a failure. But it's not. But you know what I mean? Like, I want to really get to that. So, let's see. Catman Gojira. Hey there, been a horse trainer down south in the U.S. Been watching your stuff for a while. Great content. My favorite is Gracie. Give her a pet for me. I will. All right. Pistolita. That's a funny name. Betsy's handed over $20 for her help. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Betsy. A little extra for your good work. I hope she settles in well. I can't help but be concerned as she is so young. I know she's in good hands, though. It's true. I worry as well that being as young as they are, what are we setting them up for? So I'm going to be, this is a first here. I've obviously been around other babies in the past. We had a baby Friesian here for a month or so, which is an interesting story. Maybe I'll tell it, but cute, adorable, fun, interesting. That horse was already, wasn't baby feral or anything. It came from a breeder that somebody had bought, but I had to take back due to lack of money, because baby Friesian horses are very, very expensive. And so that was here for a month. That was really nice. And I've been around other babies here and there, not here. And they're all pretty cool. So this is my first baby, and I've always kind of wanted one. So here we are. You guys are in this with me. It's awesome. All right, Amelia Hall says she looks like a penny. Hey, quick little tidbit. Lena's name used to be Penny. How about that? But thank you very much for €20. That's awesome. It's going straight to the vet. just have the vet show up. Here, man, can you just take my phone because it's all yours? Okay, what do we got here? Heiki Bay. I'm so grateful that she's in your care. Thank you. Spared a lot of unnecessary suffering. So that kind of brings me to the idea of about wild or feral horses, because there's a lot of cases where they come in and they're starving. They don't have any food. The range that they have is terrible. The grass, or essentially the straw that they eat, is not nutritional. It doesn't provide what they need, and some of them just don't make it out of winter. And that's, so you kind of say, are they happier in the wild, or are they happier in captivity, where we domesticate them? And it's really hard to say. I mean, would you rather be on the streets, or would you like a home that's got fresh water and really good food and lots of friends and stuff? You know, it's subjective. I don't know what horses think, but I would believe that, yeah, it's pronounced Aoife. Oh, thanks. If I see it again, I'll know what to say. Everyday Blues here. Hello. I like Penny too. Let's call her Baby. I thought about that, Sarah. But Baby Gracie was Baby, so I thought maybe something different. How tall will she be, says Lynn. I think I answered that. Didn't I answer that? I might not have answered that. I don't know. Gosh, who knows? I'm going to say 15 hands. We should put a bet on it. I don't know if we'll ever find out. Horses don't fully grow till they're 6 or 7. Then they sort of fill out more, but I mean, we could get a pretty good idea around probably 4 to 5 years old. We got a pretty good idea they're not going to get much taller. But that's hard to say, because Mr. Wild from age 4 to 5 has grown almost a hand. That guy's huge now. Yeah, so I don't know. Martine says, I'm glad she's not been separated from her mother during her capture. She might have. I don't know. We don't know. I expected she'll be big. Her head seems big now. Possibly. Possibly. Anna says, sorry for spamming. No worries about spamming. If I don't answer a question, please ask it again. I missed it. It is quite hard to capture all the comments. I'm trying. Yeah. Aoife. Irish names are really interesting. My name is actually spelled the Irish way. So, Aoife. I'll have to remember that. I like their interesting names. It's a drive-by, but she's getting a little closer each time, and she's staying closer each time. So that's really cool. Oh, it's starting to rain again. She'll be undercover. Dan says you do great of filming. Thanks. You know how to zoom in pants. That's enjoyable. I'm glad you see your membership growing. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for being a member, by the way. I do try. Whenever I watched videos of horse training or horse things, I hated the camera work. I always felt like the person behind the camera didn't know horses, and they were just there filming. So none of the shots were really good leading shots. I'm not saying I'm some kind of expert. I do feel like I'm making a dent in getting good at it. But it always drove me nuts. Audio, whenever audio sucked, I was like, come on, too much wind? There's a guy, I can't remember the name of him, but he's always got wind in his mic. It's just like, dude, it's probably as bad as my traffic. So I always apologize for that and make it better. Looks like an Emily, says Al down south. Emily, eh? Maybe. Phyllis says, help. I don't know. What's that, Phyllis? Hello, Phyllis. Sue says, I agree with Haley. She's an Annie. Oh, Sue, of course you'd say that. Karen, hello, Karen, likes Annie as well. Help. Oh, help. I see. H stands for help. I'm way back there, am I? I'm so sorry. I'm way back in my comments. You guys write too much. Help. Help? Is it help, Alberta Wallace? It could be. It could be, Phyllis. Thanks. It could be. Amy says, tell Haley we like Annie. I will let her know. Natalie says she's beautiful. Hello, Natalie. She should be an Annie for now until we figure it out, says Amanda. Maybe so, eh? Maybe we just call her Annie for now. I love that Alberta Wallace group, says Betsy. It's true. They are really doing a fantastic work. Unfortunately, they've been hit by a couple of people that are stealing all their trail cams. And it's just awful. Awful. I can't remember how much it's added up to now, but trail cams are expensive. I've had a few people ask me if I'd put up some trail cams to watch the horses kind of thing, or even the wildlife in the forest here. But they're pricey. They're a lot of money. So I haven't. But I want to. Maybe one day. There's not that much out there anyways. Coyotes, deer, maybe bear or two, kind of idea. Sunlight Please has handed over $20. Thank you very much. Again, to the vet it goes. Primula is the genus of primrose. Cool. Flowers, eh? Definitely my Achilles heel. I suck. I know dandelions, roses, tulips, you know. I think I saw Little Miss on this lady's website before you got it. Yes, Little Miss came from Canby. That's right. She was bought from there and then brought here straight from her to start her training. Get her feet done. Make sure haltering's good, because remember she showed up with a halter that they didn't want to take off because they were worried about getting one back on. So that was a high priority. Basic leading, groundwork, and now she's on to riding, guys. She is making fantastic progress. I'm really, really, really happy with Little Miss. Can we cut her off? Can I cut her off a little? Maybe a little. Not in the end. Not in the end. She's out. She says, I'm going to make my way out no matter what, sucker. Question is why? Right? We always want to know why. What's the draw? You know? Horses? Not me. Okay, how long will it take her to realize that butt scratches are the best? I don't know. I'm hoping a week. She should spend time with Yoka or Alina. I was thinking the same thing, Amanda. I was thinking about whether or not it'd be good to spend time with probably Yoka Actually, somebody suggested that, and I was like, whew, that is a good one. Yoko's a great teacher, very fair, has been a mom that we definitely know, and she's little, so they might get along pretty good. So I might give that a go. ETM567 says, I like Emily. Emily is kind of nice. Rushmore Sparkles here. Hello. Jules says she's your diamond in the rough. Call her Jules. I like that it's a play on your name. That's funny. Is Annie the youngest horse you work with? No. I have worked with younger. There was one that I work with. Oh, here she comes. No. No, it's not going to make it. No, I worked with another one that was younger at a barn a little, not too far from here. And that was fun. It was interesting. Afraid, just really nervous. So I got to do a little bit with that one. Didn't make a heck of a lot of progress because I wasn't there for very long. But 11 months is the earliest or the youngest I've ever owned, and properly owned. Another nice name is Bissot. Bissot? My French sucks. What a loser for being Canadian, right? It's our second language here. Catman Gojira says, it's inspiring to see your methods for BC Wild. I hope to do some similar stuff with the BLM horses. I hope you can. If you haven't looked up Sean Davies, you should. I went to him a few years back, which kind of kick-started my desire to work much more with the feral / wild horses in comparison to domesticated ones. And I just found the things that he was doing was inspiring, and I was able to build off of the things that he taught me and the insights he gave me. Sean Davies is a great resource. So check him out if you haven't. Grey Ghost Briars, hello. Well, hello to you too. I guess if you're a ghost, you got to say it like that. Hello. Yeah. Jill Smith says she likes Jules. Joe G is here. Good job. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. KK thing says, I think it's just wonderful. Thank you. I think so too. Oh, Ashton Antics has a different question regarding Maya a few videos back. When you back up and she spooks a bit, could it be a herd running from a predator behavior and that she feels that she needs to run away? The neighbor's dog is actually, sorry, I'm just going to do a quick, the neighbor's dog is very sensitive to deer, bear, me, any noises, and it's good for her. It's good for her to hear an annoying, noisy dog in her world, because there are lots of annoying, noisy dogs in this world. Mostly my neighbors. She gets pretty worried when Zeus comes out too, so it's good for her. But I would imagine that the majority of her time that she's ever heard or seen some kind of dog making a noise is because it's coming to get her of some sorts. You know, it's a predator. I don't know what coming to get her, but you know what I mean, the predators. So it could be her predator. She feels that she needs to run away. When I backed up, I don't know, it seems weird to me. I'm backing up. I was just scratching her butt, you know, kind of thing. So I don't know why she walked away. I don't have an answer for that. I don't know the answer, sorry. Could be. I'm just going to say maybe. Rushmore Sparkle, how old is she? Hello, Rush. She's 11 months. She's a little frail. It's true. Yeah, frail in mind and body, maybe. Amelia says Penny sounds good as a name. Don't know why. Okay. Well, let me know if you figure out why. But yeah, Lena's name used to be Penny. In fact, when the previous owner got a hold of me, she says, do you have Penny? Is that Penny that you have, or something like that? And because I'd known her previous name, I said, yes, this is Penny. We've called her Lena now, though. And it was a fantastic conversation. I just loved being able to talk to her. ETM567 says, I'm going to call you Etma. Why do some horses sleep lying down while others don't? They all sleep lying down. If they stand up to sleep, they're dozing. And they're not really sleeping. They're just kind of dozing. Just a little nap. Teresa Cross, $20. Thank you. I hope she settles in well. And yes, I agree. She's a super sweetie. She's going to be great. It's raining again more. Chris S. says, PEI is the one Canadian province I keep forgetting about. Prince Edward Island. Yeah, just a little thing. Pat Kircher's here. I'm sorry I missed this. Is there an address where I can send a check? Oh, gosh. Check the website. Address is on there. stablehorsetraining.com. But I appreciate that. Thank you. If you were to do something, that would be fantastic. We're bringing in wildies here. This is really working out, which is just great. I can't wait to be able to, if I could expand a little bit more, because there's already replacements for her at Canby's place. There's already 2 more that have come in, and she expects to have more. There was supposed to be a roundup of 200, which is insane, but they haven't done it yet. Something's come up. It's not getting done yet, but yeah, it's sheesh. Anyhow, Dottie's here. Hello, Dottie. Chris says she's sort of like a light breed of Belgium. Yeah, sort of. A little thin for that, though, maybe. All right. Swimming in sunlight. What a cutie she is. Have you ever trained as young a horse? Oh, yeah, I asked that, or answered that briefly previous. Probably heard the answer. Yes, a little bit younger, but for the most part, they've all been slightly older. Sarah says, Little Miss sometimes looks like she's got some lavender coloring. She does have very interesting coloring. I agree. White Fluffy Dogs is here from California. Hello. At what age are wildies considered adults? I think the same age that every horse is. What's an adult horse? 6? I don't know. Actually, Diana Bottomer's here says, I don't have any money to spare. That's totally cool. Nobody needs to do anything. If you choose to, that's fantastic. If not, it's great. If you share, like she says, but I found you, so I share, so maybe you can find more people with money. I just want to I want to be able to spread more information about these. And I am. This is successful. This is working. And more people are learning about them. And I think it's really going to grow. But thank you for everybody who just watches. Just watches. That's it. It's fantastic. That. Do you know much about her lineage? I know nothing other than for the area that she grew up in or was born in, and we'd have to do some DNA testing. I know that Canby has done some. Supposedly it's $50. She was going to send me a link. I actually have to send her a link to something as well, so we're going to trade some emails soon, and I'll figure out this $50 DNA thing, and maybe we'll send that out and find out what's going on. Good question. She's a red dun. Agata. Could be. Pajushka's from Czech Republic. Hello. Rhonda says, is she there for training? Are you keeping her? She's here for training. She is mine. I don't know how long she'll stay. I need to be able to make space in the future for more. So I either need more land or less horses. Missy says, Diana, even small gestures like that make a difference. Yes, they do. Like I said in the video previous, the one that came out this morning, every single view counts. Every single view helps. Because the YouTube puts ads on, and then there's like 0.03 cents. I can't remember what it is. It's not even a penny per view kind of idea. But it helps. It helps a lot. So that's the goal. The goal is to get popular. The goal is to be out there, have more people pay attention, and then more of these wildies will get out into carrying home people that will kind of know what to do. So I don't know. She's just kind of hanging out in the rain. Actually, all the wildies, when it rains, hang out in the rain. They all just stand in the rain. In fact, Little Miss was lying down in the rain the other day. Don't know why. She's not putting a lot of weight on her back left leg. Could be. As now. Some horses will have a favored leg to stay off of. But she does need a trim, so her feet could be just uncomfortable a little bit, or she just has a habit. I know I have a habit to stay on one leg more than the other. It could be foot, could be pastern, it could be hip, yeah. Could be the stifle, could be anything. She could feel just uncomfortable. She's chilled and quite chilled and relaxed. And yes, no, I think what KK is sort of saying, so I'm looking at a few comments next. She's not putting weight on her back left leg. Yes, I agree, plenty of horses don't do that because they're chilling and relaxing, but if it is only one leg, then we can look at the idea that there's a problem. I know that my right leg hurts a little more than my left. Don't know why. And that's just the way it is. You know, I've got something. You know, so if I were to get orthotics, would it be better? No different for horses. When we trim them and we rebalance their feet, suddenly they're resting on that leg and they're taking their weight off the other one. So something to think about. We will be going over her feet in time. But to be able to observe, actually this has been a great video because you guys are able to observe for a longer period of time, an hour, whether or not she has a habit of one leg or another. So, yeah. Slow-mo's here. Hello. Ginger would be a good name. Audrey Martin says, Ginger. Guinevere says, CJ Miro. Hello. Persephone? I've never even heard of such a name. It's kind of fun. Samantha says, that's a great name. Hello, Samantha. She looks like a gingerbread. She's kind of gingery, I agree. Oh, yeah, I know that song by John Denver. D.D. Davis says, John Denver wrote any song. You fill up my senses like I'm not singing it, so don't make me do it. My mom loved John Denver. I've got a record, the actual vinyl record of it, because I got all of her stuff. And so I actually have the record of that. I don't have a record player, but I have the records. Sarah says, I believe that too. I don't know what that is, but thank you. Mainly because I'm probably too slow. Teeny Witch is here from Scotland. Hello. Jules says she agrees with the training philosophy. My horses are part of my team, and I'm a part of theirs. You know, it's a really, really cool. I think it's a really, really effective and cool, and it's working for me really well. So I want to pass that on. John Fanning's here. Hello, John. Andrea Miller says another cutie. She is a cutie. She's a super cutie. Roll Up Buster says what? What to what? Fill me in. John likes horses. That's good. Barbara says Ginger's a nice name. Incalescent. Oh, sweet. Andrea from the UK. Hello. All these have a great temperament. I would love one. Yeah, me too. Oh, I've got two. Well, I filled that gap. They do have a fantastic... See, they're all out. Right? Look here. Got all these out in the rain. And see down that brown thing? I don't know if you guys can see. I got to put my coffee down for a second. Right there. That's Mr. Wild. He's out in the rain. And way down is Little Miss. She's out in the rain too. All my wildies are out in the rain. Weirdos. Susan's here. Hello, Susan. Guts says that the outside of a horse is good for the inside of a human. That's a great way to put it. Gemma is a nice name, says Maureen. That is nice. It's going to be hard to name her, says Karen. Well, we'll see. Sarah says, how do her hooves look? I tried to show them earlier. They are not bad at all. Need a trim. Amanda, you're welcome for answering your question. Mopolini66 is here from Helsinki. Hello. Dan says, it's rare to have so much draw that my horse is following with no lead on. I take my geldings for walks and he follows me at all times. That's really good. Snowmo says she's been around humans for 2 weeks, so maybe overcome her fear of humans, not just curious about a herd leader. Well, sorry, I've got to zoom out. Um, yeah, I'm really hoping that she just gets this sorted out real fast. Being afraid of humans. She's had a little bit of time to do that, so that's good. Not just with me, so we're making some progress. Sarah says, me too, Betsy. Susan R. has given $100. That's incredible. My gosh. Thank you, Susan. That is phenomenal. That is unbelievable. Thank you. It's gonna, this, a year ago when we got Mr. Wild, we were able to pull in a bit of money. I think in total that I counted up, it was somewhere around 1,500. And that took care of his geldings and his shots and his teeth check and what else did we do with him? A couple other things that we had to do with him. And because of you guys, I was able to absorb the cost of that a lot easier, of all that, and then keep him going, and then of course all the and everything that comes after that, and then his second vet visit and all that kind of things. So it is incredibly helpful. And because I can do that because now we have this one, and hopefully we are going to have more. I want more. So one of the decisions I've actually made is that I won't be boarding any horses anymore here. So I'm giving up a income stream for the purposes of hopefully being able to give more and more of these an education, a home for a little while, and a head start in the world. So that is the goal. I want to make that clear, is that we can continue to do that. Now, the horses that are in here for training are both wildies. So this is working out. This is becoming, so that's what KK is referring to. She's only resting that back left leg. She doesn't rest the back right. So I think that's something to note. I'll keep an eye on that. So anyway, so thank you, Susan, and thank you everybody before her. Obviously, I haven't made it further than that, so bear with me if there's any more. But it's just fantastic. Thank you. Ari NL says, you have a lovely place there, sir. Well, thank you. And it's great how you describe the personalities of your horses in your vids. Thanks for taking us along. You're welcome. Sophie says, what are your thoughts on long line, long reining before backing? I think long lining is pointless. Sorry. I have absolutely zero use for it. Which Wildie do you own? Well, I own this one, Jessica, and I own Mr. Wild, who is 3 paddocks down. Samantha says, Ginger, with a happy face. Credilla says, I have to leave, but I want to say thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for being here for as long as you were. I appreciate that. Sarah says, again, how do our hooves look? Sorry, Sarah, hopefully you got that one. I did answer. They look okay, but they need to trim. How about Dora as a name? Oh no, I'd only be able to think of Dora the Explorer. Then I'd have to get another horse named Boots or something. Don't ask me why I'm a little bit knowledgeable about Dora Explorer. Sorry, that one's out. Carrie says, your training is top notch in my book. Thank you. I love your connection with your too. Missy says, look up donation. I did. Yes, thank you, Missy. I'm making my way through the comments. I'm working my way downwards to the latest. So bear with me. You guys, like I said, you guys talk too much. There's too much chitty chat going on here. Let me catch up. Sophia says, I just joined and probably already answered this, but what breed is she? Thank you for joining something, probably Patreon. What breed is she? We don't know. DNA test needs to be done if we're going to figure that out. She is a BC Wildie. She's feral, which means she's just a big mix. Jules has a 2-year-old Morgan filly. We'll be riding for 3 more years, fully developed. Yes, the bones need to form up. That's why we don't ride. And if we do ride, it's for very, very little time. Yeah, we have to ride very athletically, very carefully. Heikki Bay says, do you have Cash App or PayPal? I do not have either of those. We have Patreon, YouTube, and then the website. Sorry, I don't like PayPal, and I never even heard of Cash App, so I don't have it, but that's okay. Thank you. Xtinet says, I'm late. How old is she? She's 11 months. Oh, somebody answered that. Hey, thanks, guys. Susan Marsh says, first meeting at the cafe. How about calling her Cappuccino in honor of his brave little Phil? Mocha, Cappuccino. What else have we got? Americano? No, she's BC. She's a Canadian horse. Susan Gotts, thank you. Holy cow. You guys are really coming through today. This is insane. That is very much appreciated. Thank you, Susan. Yes, so for everybody who's here now, and I'm sort of answering questions about age and stuff, please feel free to watch the video from this morning that I put out. It's a little more concise, probably. This live stream is just me rambling and answering questions as we go, but I'm happy to answer, but feel free to check out that video. Sarah says, oh, David says, I like Abby, but what about Ava? Or Ava? Is that Ava? It might be Ava. That's not bad, eh? Abby, Ava? Carol says she'll grow into her head. It's age and her nutrition. Yeah, hopefully. It'd be weird if she kept that weird head. Pumpkin because of her color, says Natalie. Pumpkin. That's cute. Name her Jolene. Says Sweet Lori. You know, the only thing I ever think when I hear the name Jolene is the song by Dolly Parton. So maybe. How many people know that song, Jolene? Sophia says Jayla's a good name. Doesn't sound too bad. Pangerben says, keep up the great work. Really enjoy your videos. Thank you very much. Robot Buster says, Stevie, Mr. Windy Mike. Is he? I've never watched this stuff. A couple of people have said a couple of things about him. Your audio is excellent. Your video is too. Thanks, Joe G. Vicky B. Can't believe I caught a live chat from Switzerland. Well, hello in Switzerland. I've been to Switzerland. I love that place. Only once, though. It's quite expensive. Went snowboarding. Loved it. Loved it. Absolutely just loved it. Sarah says, will your daughter be working with her? Yeah, I hope so. She'd better. Dottie says, doesn't YouTube get a percentage of your money on here? Yes. I don't need to add a PayPal app. Thank you, though. I won't be adding one. What I do have is the website. The website has a store, and inside the store is a way to directly send, because PayPal takes some of your money as well. Something to think about. She looks like a pumpkin. Thanks, Stephanie. Does she look like a pumpkin? Well, maybe. Here she comes. She says, I'm a little hungry now. Hello, human. What you doing? I'm not moving. I'm not moving an inch. I'm just going to stay really still. What's she going to do? She's come over to say hello. That's nice. Hopefully the neighbor's dog doesn't bark again. See, this is good for her, though. This, what have we bet? An hour and a half. Oh, my goodness. I've got to get some stuff done. I'll give us a little bit more. I'll see if I can't make it through this chat. Okay. Let's see. KK, yay. Great donations. They are. They're incredible. Looks like a Fiona to me, says Irish Girl. Fiona, that's not bad. That's not bad. That does remind me of Shrek, though. So, Rhonda says I'd name her Hope. Yeah, Carrie H. Well, you've already named her Ginger. Thank you to help Ginger and the rest of the herd for whatever they need. That's really appreciated. Actually, another thing that's a big deal, my God, is hay. I got a hold of my hay guy the other day, and I'm like, dude, you better bring me some hay, because you know, the other day, which was not long ago because I had made a plan, it was like 2 days ago, and I said, you know, I'm going to need you to bring some hay soon. He says, oh, okay, thanks for letting me know. And I said, well, what's it cost? He's like, well, it's $6.50 a ton now. I'm like, oh, what? It's up $100 from last year per ton. It doesn't help. We had floods and wildfires, and now we've got gas prices going up, and oh well. Carol Gwilt. Thank you, Carol. That is so kind of you. You did not have to do that. Nobody has to do this, but you guys are really great. This is a huge help. Huge. Ginger snap. That's funny. It's raining again. Diana says she's going to be great with you. In less than a day at your home, she's already trying to figure out what you're saying and whether you're talking to her. She probably thinks I'm the strangest person on the planet. Why does this guy shut up? God, just be quiet for once. Did someone just say they thought Betsy would be a good name? I don't think so. But I kind of like the name Betsy. You know, it's neat. April's a pretty name. That's true. Oh, yes. Phyllis says they lost around 10 grand. I don't know if it's $10,000 worth. Yeah, they do have photos of the guys on snowmobiles. I was talking about the Hawes guys, the Alberta Wild Society. Help Alberta Wild? See, it probably is. Yeah, they lost a pile of money. They did get pictures and looking to capture them. KK says, y'all donors are amazing. They are. You guys are absolutely amazing. Janice is here. She says, a Hope is a sweet name for her. We've got some popular names in here, don't we? Redsky says, I always had a fondness for buttercups. I like buttercups too, but they are invasive. Meerkat says, Penny's good because of her color. Oh my, she's a young one, says Petra. 2-year-old? No, 11-month-old. Yes, she's a wildie. Petra, definitely check out the video from this morning. Yellowkin 30 from Switzerland is here. Hello. Mayor 6684 says, love that you don't ride when they're young. Yeah, it's not good for them. Hurts them. So many horses in rescues because people can't ride them anymore because they're wrecked because they were ride from 2-year-old, 3-year-old. Hard. It's awful. Little Miss would be a great first intro. Maybe, Sarah, maybe. Sophia says, I'm sad I was late to this. Don't worry, you can just rewind it and go back to the very beginning. This is long, though. It's an hour and a half. By I just gotta... She's keeping aware of her surroundings by patrolling. Sort of. Still always hanging out in the rain. Petra says, she looks lovely. Maybe Poppy. An Irish girl likes Fiona. MBR sent over... What's SEK? Well, thank you for the 200 SEK. What is SEK? Sounds familiar. Somebody fill me in. What is the currency SEK? Thank you very much. Mopolina says, Lona? Ilona? Is that an I? I can't really tell. Joy in Finnish. Oh, that's nice. I like that. What breed is she? Says Shelley. Well, Shelley, she's a BC Wildie. We don't know what breed she is specifically. She's kind of like the mutt version of horse. Phyllis says, there's some very nice people here supporting you. This is an incredible community. I can't say enough about it. I am just joyous. It's fantastic, the community that's come together, not just like for this, for donations, but just if you guys ever read, go back to any of the last 200 videos or something like that when things sort of started to pick up, and just the amount of positive, encouraging, supportive, amazing comments that are coming through. And people that encourage other people. There's conversations going on between people that are encouraging and nice. It's just awesome. Marie, she's super cute. Glad I didn't miss the live stream. Me neither. I'm glad you're here. Although I don't know how much longer I got to go because I got to get some stuff done before it gets too rainy. But I just wanted to do a quick little live chat, a little Q&A. Marie says, what about Copper for her name? That has been suggested. It's not a bad name. It does remind me of, I know I'm always getting reminded of stuff, but it reminds me of the Disney, what's that? Copper was the dog, right? And then, what was the fox's name? The Fox and the Hound, that book or that story. It'd be nice to be able to approach her a little bit. Just wander around with her. Just wander around with her. It does stop me being able to look at comments though. Oh, she stopped. Come around. Now I am carrying around a tripod. The phone is on a tripod, obviously. Let's change the view a little bit. I can look out over the yard. There, something like that. That's kind of nice. Catherine says, Annie suits her. I look forward to seeing her fill out and become sleeker under your care. I'm the diamond around here? Oh, thank you. Julian says, how old is she? She's 11 months. Julian says, out of world jewels. That has other connotation. I don't know if anybody's going to make that connection, but I get it. Rhonda says, I find it interesting Maya showed more interest in her than any of the other horses so far. Yeah, sort of. Well, she is the closest. KK says, I'm so happy to see the support. Definitely an amazing trainer. Thank you. And lover of horses. I do like them quite a bit. Let's come over this way. I'll change up the view a little bit again. And stay here. It is wet today. Today is a wet, crappy day. And all she did was come off the trail. That's right. That's all we've done. Penny's here. Hello, Penny. Can you get a read on what her temperament may be like? I think what you're seeing is what you're getting. Pretty chill. Petra says, is she mine or a trainee? She's mine. I bought her. Paid the whole cost. We'll be paying the vet bills. Paid for shipping. Well, shipping because I brought her. But gas is expensive in Canada. Holy smokes. It's over $2 a liter for everybody in America world. What would that be? Well, isn't there... There's 4 liters to a gallon. So, $8 a gallon? I don't know. It's stupid. Dagmar's here. I think I've answered that question. Is the top wire of the fence turned on? Yes. Yes, it is. Is it too traumatic? No. Marie's handed over $27.99. Thank you very much. Calling her Copper. You know, somebody else put in a donation. They called her Ginger. So, you guys are the best, though. Thank you very much. Have you ever gone on a roundup? No, I have not, Amanda. That's a great question, though. Profane Truth says, true. Oh, no. Not politics. Sorry about the potato problem, though. That does suck. Treasure for her name, says Val. Hello, Val. Phyllis says, I thought about starting a channel for my retrievers and Dachshund. Oh, yeah. That'd be kind of fun. Vicky B says, why are we rounding up the horses? Are they a nuisance? Yes, it's no different than in the States. They just use up space and cows need it for grazing, blah, blah, blah. That kind of stuff. It sucks. KK says, since finding your channel, I've learned so much and shared the faith. Thank you very much. Sharing is the best. It gets more people here. Hopefully. I'm at least 10-15 minutes behind. Oh my God. You can't be serious. You guys stop talking. No more. This is great work. Thanks, Val. I'm trying to burn through this even faster now. I didn't know I was 15 minutes behind. Okay, what do we got? Pat says, penny, honey, sweet pea, cappuccino. You're welcome. Slibo 30 since $27.99 Canadian. I know that one. I don't know what the SEK is yet. I haven't made it back down there. Thank you very much. Yep, that's the best. Have I ever seen the Huskies channel? Oh, no. To Phyllis. I don't know if she has. I hope so. Carrie H is here. Hello. We have a lot of color preferences for her. I'm getting wet here. I don't want to be over here. But she's just so adorable, isn't she? We have to stay here, don't we? I have to stand here and get wet. Sarah says, more land. That's true. Yanglo 1900s in Nova Scotia. You're the second. Do you change their names to give them a brand new start? No, I don't care about names at all, Pamela. But that's a good question. I couldn't care less about their names. Most of the time I call them something else anyways. In fact, I change their name almost on a daily level sometimes. Like pal or friend or buddy or girl or whatever. I don't call them by their names. Spaghetti. I didn't come up with that. I'll never let you name another horse. The Oscar Wilde one was weird because I didn't really like Oscar, but everybody voted for that. And I was like, well, Mr. Wilde sounds cool. So it's kind of stuck, and then it kind of got a little weird in there, so I don't know. I like the idea of doing a poll, but I guess it just didn't turn out quite that good. Sophia says, what breed is Lena? Lena has a story. If you look up Lena's story or something like that, but she is an Oldenburg cross with a draft. Warm blood draft. From Virginia. Meerkat, send over $9.99. Thank you. Very, very much. So much. Yeah, Lena's awesome. Lead Belly says, very channel, best regards from UK. Thank you. Yes, Oldenburg draft horse. That's right. Well, you guys know everything. I don't have to answer any questions. That's it. I'm done. This Mare 6684 says, love your videos of the horses. You do a great job. Thank you very much. How about calling her Mocha, says Susan. Maybe. Orchid Grace says, I finally made it. Well, welcome. I'm almost done my coffee too. What about Nutmeg? Maybe. We call her Nutty for short. Kim's here from Pennsylvania. Hello. Dora for adorable. Adorable. That's a good one, Andrea. Nancy from Texas. Do you still have the Bear? Do you still have Bear the horse? No, Bear left a long time ago. He's gone up north. Where did he go? He went to a ranch. Doing great. New name for girl, Bubbles. Nope. Nope, definitely not Bubbles. I don't think I'll do that because Trailer Park Boys is a really, sorry, it's a really stupid show. So weird. Anyway, I know some people like it. I'm not a big fan of it. Michelle's here from South Africa. I love watching your videos. Thanks. Katerina says, I adore the name Annie for her. It's awesome. Marie says, Mocha's the name of a Shiatsu. Fleur says her. Sergeant Bubbles. How about Mel, short for caramel? Mel. Kind of reminds me of Mel Gibson. All my wildies. That's right, Penny. It's true. All my wildies. Currently, we have 4. Isn't that exciting? 4. Almost half of the horses here are wildies. It's awesome. I'm actually shuffling around a little bit right now, so that's why she's looking at me. My feet are starting to get tired from standing in one spot. I feel like a cashier. Audrey says, lying in the rain. Yeah, it's weird, eh? She could lie anywhere. She chose to lie in the rain. Mr. Klonga. Hey, from Sweden. Can you explain what a BC Wildie stands for? Yeah, BC Wildie is essentially sort of the equivalent of what a Mustang is in America, as our feral or wild horses in British Columbia, Canada. That's the best I can give you. It's the best, I mean, not the best, like I couldn't do better, for example, but that is the most succinct way to try to explain what they are. Ground riding is great phasing. If you can't control a horse on the ground, how do you think you'll do on their back? Well, a lot of people do, and they think it's the way to go. So. Oh, you guys are answering all the questions. Fantastic. Andrea Ostis is here. First time catching online. I love your channel. Greetings from Spain. Hola. I only know a little Spanish, so I don't know how far I'll go with this. Let's leave it at that. Hola. ¿Cómo está? That's about it. Don't write a bunch of Spanish. I probably won't be able to understand it. But like I said, I am fluent in Japanese, so take that. I love her neck. She's a beauty, says Karen. It's true. Yeah. Missy's got it. Sophia, she says, Mustangs are similar to Wildies, but no breed per se. That's right. Susan, Ontario. I didn't know that. Now I know it. I don't know if I'm going to remember it. I noticed something with her right stifle. Everything okay? I don't know. I hope so. Slow-mo says, nope, don't like the credits. Oh, wow. All right, well, thanks for letting me know. I'm open to good, honest opinions. I've had others that say they're good. You're the first that hasn't. I'm okay with that. Sophia says Moto Gem says, what about Dakota? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Okay, I'm working through these. Some of us are on fixed income and can only contribute by watching your videos. That is fantastic. That is more than enough. I'm very thankful for that. Sarah says, Daisy. Boy, you guys got all kinds of names. I'm going to have to go through this chat a little bit later when I'm sitting at a desk or something, write down all the names. That's another one. Marianne says, she's going to get a drink of water or what? Call her Double Double. Peach. That's a cute name. Pumpkin. I saw a YouTube video, says Slow-Mo, or 100-year-old got up on a horse and rode. That is just a terrible idea. I mean, it's great and all, don't get me wrong, but if anything went wrong, that 100-year-old would be in pieces. It'd be awful. But it is wonderful that it happened. Don't get me wrong. Just be very afraid for frail old people. Slow-Mo says, why don't you like English riding? Because I think it's hard on the horse. And most of it that I've ever seen is usually pain related and encourages poor form. So, there you go. Penny says, I love the Dolly Parton song. It's awesome. Me too, I kind of like it. It's sort of repetitive, but I like it. She's looking at me, get out of the way so she can take a nap. Well, I'm out of the way now. Nancy from Texas, hello. She likes the song Jolene as well. Momo is peach in Japanese, it's true. Momo's cute. Chewbacca. That's a funny one. I'm going through all these names. You guys have a lot of names in here. It's incredible. Janice from Sweden says Hope is a good name. That's come up quite a bit. Oh, Emily's put in 20 euro. Another donation to help with the vet. Thank you. We are covering the vet for sure. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with her. I mean, when the vet does come, we have to take a look and do some tests, make sure there's nothing going on, nothing wrong, no problems. I don't expect so, but we always got to check it out. Martine says, if you fall off at that age, you're dead. Your bones are crystal. Yeah, that would be my biggest concern. Is it worth the risk? But, you know, I won't be doing that, but it's nice that some old lady did it, I guess. Yes, Slow-Mo, you're correct. It's sweet to watch the new baby that you're talking away, ignoring her, and she's acclimating to you and your voice. Yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to spend as much time with her as I can. Jill says, April, April, April. It is April. I'm guessing you're suggesting a name, though, because I got her in April. Silver Blue says, how about Amelia, after Amelia Earhart? First woman to fly solo across the Atlantic as a free wild spirit. That's kind of a nice story. Sophia says, Zeus is the perfect name for a dog. It is pretty cool, isn't it? Royalty and Training says, liberty or freedom? That's not bad. Amanda says, I wonder if you're talking as comforting for her. I hope so. I mean, I get that a lot. People say that. It's kind of comforting. And she has a lot of things to get used to while she's here. So hopefully this is a nice thing. Sandra's here. Hello, Sandra. Lewanu would be a beautiful name for her. It means growl of a bear. Oh, yeah. It's not bad. It's an interesting name. Peaches and cream or just peach, says Orchid Gray. That's funny. Poppy. I don't know. Maybe. SCK is Swedish Kronen. I finally made it to somebody who gave me an answer to that. Thank you. Well, thank you for the Swedish Kronen. What I can't believe is how far back I am in the comments. This is incredible. Life with Henry says it's an awesome channel. Thank you. Todd the Fox. That's right. Thanks, Sue. Yes, it was Todd the Fox and Copper the Hound. Well, I'll just keep walking around with her a bit, I guess. Oh, Jodelle's got to go do her own horse stuff. Bye for now. You probably won't even hear me because you're long gone and I'm so far back in the comments. So many really nice comments about how people just enjoy the channel, enjoy the horses, enjoy the time here. That is great. It's really wonderful to hear. It's very encouraging. Well, that's pretty good. Maya's very interested in being around, eh? Maybe I'll just hang out here. Oh, Vicky says she lives in the North Oregon coast and it's fierce winds today. Yeah, we're supposed to get some bad winds today, but so far not. Just going to keep kind of walking around her a bit. Oh, Joyce has sent in 50 bucks. Thanks you, Joyce. That is wonderful. Look at that. Look at that. This is good. This is good progress with her. Just hanging around. Mrs. Stone says serendipity. I'm going to back up there. I'm going to back up a second there. Maria San is here. Sandy sent over $100. Holy cow, you're the second person that sent in $100. It's incredible. Oh, see, look at that. She nodded just as I said that. She agrees. This little horse thinks that's just fantastic. It is. It's amazing. And you guys are just wonderful to do that. It's going to help a lot. Not just for her, but for the future ones that are hopefully going to be coming through. And I hope to get more information out about these little guys when I go visit Canby. Hopefully, in a month or two, she's got some renovations she wants to make. And I was hoping to get there after she does that, so to present her best. But thank you very much, Sandy. Carol says, Fancy's a good name. Chili. Jeanette Johansson is here from Sweden. Thank you for being here. So many names. I don't think I can mention all of them. Marianne from New Jersey's here. Marianne says, I don't know why, but Kiki keeps coming to mind for me. Oh yeah. Kathy's here from Ontario, Canada. Hello to another Canadian. Rose Beck is here. She's new. Welcome to the channel. Likes the stuff. It'd be nice if I could... Oh, see, that's not bad. I got a couple steps together. I was trying to get that. Taffy. That's kind of an interesting name, Madeline. Thanks for that suggestion. AL10 is here in a cafe, hanging out and listening. Look, we can sneak up on her. Oh, just kidding. How about Blaze, says Sharon. I think it's a boy's name. Jennifer Lethrin is here. Fabulous to see you with another Wildie. Wonderful ambassador you are to show what fantastic horses they are. Basically unwanted pests, really. Yeah, that's what they get defined as. Unwanted pests. Red Tail Storm says, I really enjoy watching your channel. Thank you for all you do. Well, you're welcome. Thank you for saying so. Rose says, what do you do with the poo? Do you compost? Yes, we do. Do you have any idea if Wildies can be adopted in the U.S.? I believe they can. Amanda says she's learning Japanese right now. That is good. Japanese is a fantastic language to learn. Maria says, I see this is in Canada. Which part of Canada? Well, I'm in BC. Pamela asks, do you change their names to give them a brand new start? I do not change names for a new start. I just give them different names for the sake of giving names if I want to, but I don't really care about their names much. Stephanie says, do you ever sing to your horses? You have such a nice speaking voice. Thank you. I don't. Maybe a little. Maybe I do a little, but I certainly don't do it with anybody else around. Good question. Maria says, Konnichiwa, Amanda Castle. Genevieve says, Zara. Zara? Maybe Zara. BC Wildies have very unique heads, says Joyce. It's true. They do seem pretty unique. Val, can't wait to see her getting to know everybody else. Yeah. I'm just kind of wandering around. I'm sure you guys are like, well, you just stand still, but I'm actually specifically sort of wandering around and going in and out a bit. Cheryl's here from Salmon Arm. Boots is a good name, she says. Oh, yeah. Yuri Nato's here from Rome, Italy. And she says, I really enjoy your videos. Did you say you speak Japanese? If yes, we have a Japan connection. Yes, I do speak Japanese. I am completely fluent. Reading, writing, and speaking. I lived there for 10 years. It was fantastic. I had a great job and all that kind of stuff, and then I came back to Canada. What about Sweetie for her name, says Sarah. I like that name. I'd call her Sweetie. I'd probably just call her Sweetie because I want to. Maria says Sachi. Yeah. Oh, let her have a drink. We'll just stay over here. Red Tail Storm says Aries for her name. I'm going to have to write all these out. Arigato? Do you mean arigato for saying thank you? So I'd say gato. I don't know what arigato is. Ellie's a cute little name. That's a good one. Madeline. Madeline. Val says, how long till you can introduce other horses? Minimum 3 weeks. I've got to get her haltered. I've got to get her vet checked and all that kind of stuff. Gato is cat in Spanish. That's true. I don't know if we want to call her cat. Call her Spring. Tippy Toes. Are you considering putting it together with a seasoned mare? Seasoned? That's hilarious. The only thing I think is like somebody put salt and pepper on one of the mares. Now she's seasoned. I gotta get out of the rain. I'm gonna just stand in here for a little. Stop walking around and annoying everybody. I don't know. Maybe. Missy's gotta go. I know I've been in here forever too. We're up on 2 hours. Marie's gotta go. I should go soon too. How do you make the vet experience a non-stressful moment? Oh, geez, I don't know. Just be her best friend, and hopefully she just thinks that it's going to be okay. You just kind of, sometimes you just tough your way through it a bit. Poofcat says, April would be great because your daughter said, no, Annie is what she suggested. And she's already interested in horses. I'm not too worried. But good suggestion for that. Okay, I'm going to have to go through. Val, how did you find her? Facebook. Going faster. Tammy says, what about Aiko? Maybe. It reminds me of the song, though. Emily says, what about Opal? I don't know. Opals are black, aren't they? Kind of like a shiny, purpley black. Carolyn's from UK. This girl's almost identical to hers. Kettler from Hungary. Love your channel. Peach seems like a good name. Oh, Princess Peach from Nintendo. It's perfect. Winnie, short for Winifred. Maybe. Sue says, can't send money. That's okay. Oh, she's got to go pee. What about Dolly? Yeah. Or Dolly Parton. Name her Dancer. Jules says she's hanging out with her horses while she's hanging out with my horses. This is live. This is real. It's true. I guess you are. Oh, you guys. Sandra says, why do you keep the horses in different pens? I have a whole video on that. I'd have to link it. It's a big explanation, I guess, but really it's to help me keep track of them, monitor them, make sure that there's no food anxiety, stuff like that. Slomo says, do y'all chip your horses for it? No, we don't. At least I don't. Maybe other people do, but I don't know anybody who does. Tina's here. Hello, Tina. Excited to be on this journey, she says, if only via the internet. She says she's so proud of my ambitious plans and successes. I'm not your mom, but I'm so proud. That's so cute. Thank you, Tina. Karen from Pennsylvania. Wonderful you took in this horse. Can't wait to see the meet and greets. Me too. Amanda says, did you work with horses while you're there? No, I'm a computer guy. I taught English, and then I worked at Citibank as a tech support, bilingual tech support for Citibank Private Bank. Must be something in the woods. Loretta's here. She seems so serene. How about Serena? That's nice. Dana from Chicago's here. What a fun fact, you live in Japan. My brother lives in Osaka. I love Osaka. I love Osaka Ben, which is a dialect of Japanese. I just loved it. I used to watch all the comedians and stuff, and I just adopted Osaka Ben whenever I could. There's Osaka Ben and Tokyo Ben for anybody that's, there's a bunch of them. Those are the most popular. Tokyo Ben is kind of like the Canadian version of English. Osaka Ben is kind of like the Southern America, like Southern States version. It's more drawl and more, anyways, it's fun though. Like it's, yeah, anyways, that's cool. Juliet is a nice name. Thanks, Andy. Oh, I finally made it to the end. Orchid Grace says, what about Sakura? Sakura like the flower. Yeah, we're having a lot of cherry blossoms right now. Oh, Gail's here. Hello, Gail. Okay, I'm going to give you guys another 5 minutes to get out the most important questions ever, because I'm starting to get cold, and I got to get on with things. Is she yours? Yes, she's mine. Raising Hellhounds says, hello from Washington. Do you think there's any way to do English riding in a humane way? Yeah, get off their face. Stop poking them in the side and get rid of your whips. What happens if no one takes rounded up horses? They're sent to slaughter? Yes, Andrea, they are. That's why she's here. We don't want that to happen. Emily's go off to sleep. Zzz. Nighty night. Sue says, no questions, just bye and thanks. Well, you're welcome and thank you. Thanks everybody for being here. I am all caught up. Thank God. That took so... I know I've missed some, and I'm really sorry for anybody that I've missed. I know I've kind of skipped through a few. There's a lot of names in there. Some are just repeats. And that's fine. That's good. I'll do a tally. I'll try to get this figured out. Lady Vampire says, can we see more training videos? You know, there's got to be like 1,500 videos on this channel. I'm sure there are a pile of training videos in there if you want to look up in the playlist horse training. Lead Belly, you're a patient man. Go and get your dinner. Actually, it's not quite close to dinner. What time is it right now? It's 1:44 in the afternoon. I really just want a warm drink. Call her Merritt? No, I don't even like Merritt. I don't mean anything bad about Merritt or people in Merritt whatsoever, but I would not want to, no. She wasn't from Merritt anyways. That's where I met halfway. Stephanie says you should do live chats more often. I want to. Somebody asked me. I can't remember. I think it was Penny who asked me, why don't you do it more often? It is literally just a lack of time. I do not have enough time to do as many as I'd like to, but I'm going to try. Not that having another horse is going to assist with that. Working on it. Time. It's always time. I don't have enough of it in my life. Penny says, no. I don't know what that's for. KK says, thanks for all you do. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Would it be possible that Maya and Mr. Wilder can be related? No, they are from totally different areas. Carol says, maybe with a Japanese flair, her name could be Suki. Ski. Not Suki, but ski. Ski is the word for like in Japanese. If you were to say that you ski something, you like it. It could also it could border on love as well, if anybody's wondering. Pat says, I think your patience kept the newbie quiet and calm. I hope so. Comarilu, it's 11 in France. Good night and thank you. Yes, good night, French folk that are here. Thanks for joining in on this long one. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Penny, as always. Yes, Penny did. Yeah, you did suggest. You said, well, what about if you just set up the camera and go wander on your way? And that's true as well. I should do that. It really is about remembering to do that and not thinking, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, I got to do that. Barry Brace Girdle is here. Hello. Thanks for sharing all you do. You're welcome. And thank you guys again for being here. Haley says you're amazing. Thanks. Sandy says you're amazing. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I'm going to go get something warm. I'm going to warm up my hands a little bit. And this little horsey's done great with us. She's come up. If you guys missed it, for anybody that's here that has missed the beginning of the stream, she actually came up and touched and sniffed and touched 3 times, I think. I think she came up 3 times, you guys. So that's her first time ever. So it's memorable. It's a great memory to have, and it's recorded. YouTube keeps it all. Oh, you mean more training vids with Little Miss and the new wilds? Oh, there'll be lots. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Betsy says, thank you for a compelling stream. Katarina says, can I send you American cash? If you risk it, you can. Yep. Many people send cards. I get lovely cards. The address to here is on a website, stablehorsetraining.com. It's always nice getting handwritten cards. I've got little tiny gifts here and there. I got a pair of gloves that I can't bear to use. They're so special. I've just kept them. A beautiful pair of leather gloves. And she's like, my grandson or son has a pair and he loves them. I'd like to give a set to you. It's fantastic. Got some really nice stuff. So, yeah. Address on the website. Moto Jim says, have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody. You guys have a great day as well. And I will definitely have more videos out of the wildies for training and stuff. Dano says, thanks for the lessons from Texas. You're welcome. Shannon Shack, hello. Thanks for your work, says Andrea. Penny says, go get warm. It's a highlight of our day. Thank you, Penny. Hello to Haley. I will pass that on. Mopolini 66, a joy to be here with you. Horses are so zen. That's what I like about it. Horses are good. Somebody wrote the outside of a horse is good for the inside of a human. And it's so true. Dottie, thank you for a carrot and an apple and a carrot. Can we give this channel a thumbs up? Well, just being here is plenty. Googoloo says honeycomb. She likes to turn in circles. It's true. Anyways, if I keep reading these, I'm never going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who's put in some dollars, whether it's Swedish, European, Canadian, or American. What else did we get? I think that was it. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. Val says, do you still do work with the computers? Yes, I do. I do. Still do some computer stuff and obviously a lot of video stuff, which is where a lot of my expertise has come from as well. 3D and all that kind of thing. So, okay, I'm out. Thank you everybody for being here. Again, I hope you have a wonderful wherever it is in the world for you right now, morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I will see you guys again with a video tomorrow. You guys will have another video tomorrow and another one after that. I've got those 2 done and ready to put out. It's exciting. That's some good stuff. This is her 3rd session, but you guys get to see her 2nd session, which hopefully will be kind of interesting as I explain what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. And I'm going to just keep on growing. And hopefully soon she'll have a halter on and off we go. It's so exciting. Okay, thank you everybody, and I will see you in the next one.